Welcome to Billion Dollar Marketing Secrets Over Coffee with Biz Coach Steve Feld. Biz Coach Steve interviews fellow successful business owners about the strategies they have used to grow their businesses, and in turn, you can use them to help you navigate your business towards success. Ready to learn strategies to grow your business with less stress and build a long-term sustainable business to exceed your personal and business financial goals to build the business of your dreams? Well, you have come to the right place. Please welcome Biz Coach Steve Feld.
Hello, fellow business owners. Welcome to another episode of Billion Dollar Marketing Secrets Over Coffee. I'm Biz Coach Steve Feld, and my goal is to stop business owners from suffering entrepreneurial depression and make running their businesses much easier. Have more fun and be highly profitable, reach those 7 figures and beyond. And today we have another fantastic guest for you. We have Julz Vitality. Now, she is a brand visibility and exposure mentor, conscious entrepreneurs. She helps people turn their social media profiles into an evergreen client attracting magnet. Please welcome Julz.
Thank you for having me, Steve. I definitely prefer to work with conscious individuals. And by that, I mean people who have done at least a little bit of personal development. They kind of know a little bit more about themselves than before, and they are either on their journey to discover their purpose, or maybe they're already in their element and serving others aligned with their mission as well.
Oh, that's fantastic. And folks, I really wish we would have hit record about 20 minutes ago, because we got into a lot of this about self-care, giving yourself time, giving yourself the freedom to have that time. But Julz, go ahead and tell us, a little bit more about yourself. How did you get into doing what you do?
Yeah, that is actually not something I saw myself doing at all. It all started with me starting my personal development journey after a series of traumas. And I was hooked on podcasts and YouTube shows that helped me recover, heal, and grow. And I was just so inspired that one day I started an Instagram page with positive quotes, inspirational quotes. And then one day, I don't even know how, it just came to me. I'm like, hey, I should start a podcast. I should start a show. I should bring some guests and interview them. And I just put a podcast call out there. And I didn't really have my message down pat, nothing. And somehow I attracted these amazing coaches that every interview with them would be like a healing coaching session designed for me specifically. Even though I had standard questions back then, being a newbie podcaster, I had a set of questions. I didn't deviate from my script. They were like one gem of wisdom, how 2 milestones that you had to kind of work through, and something about the personal experience. So it was really, really traditionally set questions. But honestly, whatever they would start talking about, I would just sit there. You see my face. Like if you watch my older episodes, it'd be like, oh my goodness, how did they know that I need this? So that continued for some time. And as my vision was getting clearer and as I was enjoying doing that so much, and they taught me about the work they're doing and how they're transforming people's lives, I felt called to be behind these people, to give them more visibility, to position them in a way that more people can find them organically, because that's how I found the content that helped me heal. By searching on Google, by searching on YouTube, finding what I needed at that moment, right? So that is basically what I help people do now, is to be found organically when people are searching for them. So I help them figure out who's searching for them, what kind of stuff is useful for people who are searching for them. Obviously AI is helpful these days, but there's a lot of things we can do, hashtags and that kind of research, to simply help them be found, right? And just to continue my journey, so I was basically known as a podcaster and a show host, and I was growing my social media following. And as I was getting more healed, I was starting to attract people that were more into business, productivity, growing, your entrepreneurship journey, overcoming obstacles that are common to entrepreneurs, like, we just talked about, like burnout, lack of time, all these kinds of things. And I started learning again more. And, I was taking courses left and right myself and lots of coaching myself. But I mean, that kind of became more of my focus because I'm kind of a bit twofold. Mindset's definitely a huge piece of everything I do. It's my passion, mental well-being as well. And then on the other side is the strategies, right? So I believe it's a combination of the two. Just with mindset, you're not going to know what step to take next. You can be inspired to 100% level, but if you don't know the tools and resources and little step by step, then are you really going to take action? Right. And at the same time, you may know all the strategies, but if you have the imposter syndrome or if you have confidence problems, you may not take any of the actions you just learned, even if you've taken courses and even if you're in a coaching program, right? You may not actually make that step. So I'm like this cheerleader behind you, helping you, first of all, gain confidence and say, yes, you can do it. You can transform our lives. Let me help you get in front of more people so that they can find you, they can remember you, even if they don't need your service today. The idea is to make you memorable enough so that when they do have a need, for example, today we were talking with one of our experts in stepping out of comfort zone and resiliency. So he helps people when they come to like crossroads, right? So not everybody's at crossroads today, right? But now they know who he is. Now they know that he offers breakthrough sessions. So when they come to crossroads or when they know somebody who needs that, they know who to refer that person to. So that's basically what drives my work, is to connect people, to put them in front of more people, to get people to shine for what they do best.
Excellent. And I'm glad you brought up mindset, because working with business owners all the time, it's like, boy, we can have the greatest strategies, the best plan in place, but if they mentally, somehow, subconsciously are not ready for this, nothing will happen. And I've seen it time and time again where I've had to like put a pause on the business stuff, and we've had to actually work on their mindset to get them back in a frame of mind. And sometimes it's been easy. It could be as simple as just asking a few questions and then the light bulb goes on. And other times you have to do a little bit deeper digging. So I totally get what you're saying. And then once that light bulb moment goes on, it's a magical thing after that, isn't it?
It is, but it's sort of a never-ending thing. Like I just had a panel of experts on my show with beautiful coaches yesterday, and one of them went through a lot of personal development. And she said initially she had like this kind of like pride going, okay, well, now that I've done so much personal development, I'm in a good spot. But then later she said she realized really quickly that it's a humbling journey. The more you learn, the more you realize how much more there is to learn and how much layers you're peeling off that onion, and there's never really an end, and you're never really in the place where you go, okay, now I no longer need to work on my mindset. Right. It's a constant thing. It's a journey, not just for entrepreneurs, for individuals who start on that journey. I don't think too many people who start on the journey of personal development stop, because they realize that they better their lives with all that work that they put in.
Absolutely. And where you are today is not where in the same spot you're going to be in 6 months or a year from now. You're in a totally different spot, a totally different mindset, and you have to adjust for that now new reality. I couldn't agree with you more. Yeah. So when someone comes to you and they go, hey, help me, no one knows about me, what's the first thing you kind of, if you can share what you start working with them on, or give them some ideas like, hey, take a look at these.
So there are a few fundamentals, and again, it's a strategy. I like to sit down with people and create a strategy, but there are a few fundamentals that I always ask them, like, what do you offer? What is it like working with you? How do you help people, and who do you help? Okay, so one of the speaker trainings I attended, they taught us this 20-word intro formula that basically tells people your title, who you serve, and how. Less than 20 words, because apparently our attention span is on average 17. Okay. So when people start telling me I can help anybody, I can help them with this, and that, and I also no. So I really bring them down to, okay, what is your main offer? What is your main title? Yes, of course, you can help everybody else, whatever comes up in their life and business. But what do you want to be known for? How do I introduce you to my friend? If my friend has a need, how do I remember what you are an expert in? So I really get them to focus on that. and then to kind of zero in on the main offer. Okay. From that main offer, I take them in a couple of steps that lead to positioning themselves as a visibility toward the visibility strategy, whatever visibility strategy they go with, and that is creating a lead magnet, which is a freebie or a gift that they would provide in exchange for an email. Okay, so the next element is your list, building your email list. And I'm jumping through this. There's a lot of psychology and strategy and a lot of business experience specifically for coaching business that is essential for an online business, right? Creating that list is essential. First of all, creating that lead magnet in a way that offers people also the next step of working with you. So it's not enough for them to download a chapter of your book, whatever it is that they're going to get from that. When they're done with that, what's next? So in everything I teach, I always ask people, what is the next step you want your client or potential client or prospect to take, right? So funnels have been developed just considering that one thing, right? So what's next? What's next? So when you have a lead magnet, with that comes call to action, right? When you have a way to build your list, now we can think about, and now that we have your title and specialty, how do we position you on social media? And how do we use that precious real estate in your about section? And it's slightly different between different platforms. When people go on and see you, let's say you made a comment somewhere, right? So those are different visibility strategies now that we're going to be executing later. So as you're driving traffic using those visibility strategies, people come check you out on your social media. What do they see? Do they see you walking your dog? Do they see you saying, I'm a cheeseburger lover that went to XYZ high school? Irrelevant, guys. So I teach them how to, I work with them. I don't want to just teach. With me, it's all about taking them by the hand and helping them. We're doing it even for them. We make you look like you want to look, like your business needs to look. And of course, a little bit of your personality, authentic self, a little bit of a day in the life of so-and-so coach is helpful for people to build rapport with you, to know who you really are. But we really want to focus on having your social media business-based, business-focused, and having consistent image through your social media platforms.
Right.
Even if you don't produce any content, because those social media profiles are your business cards. Mm-hmm. Okay? Sure. Without even having a social media content strategy, that is one of the pillars that you have to have in place before you start doing podcasts, going on shows, appearing in magazines, going on TEDx, writing a book, any of that. Okay. So I bring people back down to these basics. Okay. From there, then when we have a strategy, who do you want to reach? How do you like to appear? Do you like to write? Do you like to be on camera? No, I hate being on camera. Maybe you should write. Maybe you should do audio, right? So then we develop a strategy that basically creates the third foundational element is traffic to whatever foundations you already have. People come find your profile, they find your freebie leads to your offer, you build your list. So then all the pieces come into place, then that's smooth sailing. You can try different strategies, see which ones you enjoy the most, because I'm all about enjoying what you do, being aligned with your mission. See if you're attracting the right people. If you're not attracting the right people, we have to reposition you differently. If you're attracting complainers, well, maybe the message you're putting out on your lead magnet or your offer is attracting those people. Or maybe you put in too much content that's controversial and is asking for people to swear and be angry, right? So there's a bit of trial and error in that, but the strategy is really, really simple. Honestly, like I just gave it to you guys. So if you want to go and just try that out alone, I'm sure it's going to help you. It's going to save you years of taking courses, because I've taken 1 billion of them. It's going to take you lots of time watching YouTube videos, all of that free stuff that you're consuming and not acting on, or all of these multiple strategies you're spreading yourself thin on. Well, do this, okay? That's going to help you.
That's a great point. Having your presence known, because everyone now Googles you. They're going to go to whatever platform that they like the most, and they're going to search you out. And they're going to check you out on that platform or even multiple platforms. But if you don't have a presence there, or it's disjointed, I just did this on an accountability group with some coaches, and one of the coaches says, I I have a great social media presence. So one of the people in the group is actually a social media coach. 5 seconds later, they come online. They're like, okay, you're on this platform. Oh yeah, I'm great on it. You don't have your headshot. It doesn't say about you, nothing. It just has your name. And then it says like where you are, what city. So that's your social media, like, great presence. And it just showed right there, kinks in the armor, that it's a work in progress. It's a lot. Another tip that someone gave me a while ago, and it's slowly coming around, is a name checker. It lists of like God knows how many websites or social media platforms are you listed on. So you could put your own name in there and it'll let you know if you have a presence or not. And the trick is you're not going to be on all those social media platforms. Come on, let's be real about it. You have a business to run, but to at least to claim your name on there, put something on there and redirect them to the platform you prefer or to your website. And guess what that costs? It's free.
Yeah. And what is the most common search engine? Google. And what is the second most search engine?
YouTube.
You got it. So another really cool tip for you guys, if you're still not using YouTube Shorts, make sure you do. I just looked at the analytics on my channel. I'm generating more subscribers from my YouTube Shorts, that some of them are even lifestyle shorts. They're not even about business, but I'm generating more subscribers from my YouTube Shorts feed than from anything else. Some of them get 1,200 views in minutes. Okay. I posted something completely irrelevant to what I did. Okay. It was just something about cooking. Okay. And it got like, I was like, what? Don't underutilize it. Of course, you want to make it business focused. Of course, there's a strategy of using that for business. But I mean, if you want to post personal content, use YouTube, because it's not easy for people to just go on your YouTube channel and go, oh, she's about this and this and this and that, because shorts are kind of like shoved away. It's not your main page. So you can kind of spice it up with whatever else you want, interesting stuff that, would get offered to people. But you're going to get found on Google.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's crazy. I have the shorts in a different playlist altogether off my main YouTube page. And I had someone go, wow, you have a lot of content on your YouTube page. And I go, oh, yeah, that. And then I did tell them about the other stuff that they're not seeing on that main page, because it's shorts. It's the little stuff that's in another page. But
live and learn. I watch some of the most effective ones, and it applies to many short form video content. Adding a cover or a last slide that says, for more information, follow or subscribe to Reason being, a lot of this content is offered to your non-followers. It's your free marketing. Right. They don't know who you are. Let them know who you are. Give them that call to action to subscribe, because otherwise they're just going to go next. But that slide is often frozen for a few seconds, if not longer, until you scroll to the next one. And when I saw somebody do that, I'm like, I'm seeing this last slide, not the reel. I'm seeing the last slide. And I'm like, I'm not using that opportunity. Right. So now I'm offering that as a strategy, and I'm encouraging everybody to use that.
I have a last slide. I call it last slide. It's the last slide on every video I do. Summits, everything. And I do it for at least a minimum of 5 to 8 seconds. If I can get away with 8, I'm going 8 seconds on it. Why not? It's static.
Yeah. Beautiful. Even if it's 30 seconds, because on YouTube you can only do 60.
Yeah.
Even if it's only 30 seconds, that's what freezes. It's a light slide, right? And on Instagram, you add the reel covers, right? So you design a bunch of things and you save them on your phone. And every time you create a video, you add a starting slide and the ending slide. It's a piece of cake, but it creates your branding. You can really create a really appealing grid on your Instagram, and it allows people that don't know you to follow you, because if you also check in the checkbox between Instagram and Facebook for cross-posting to your Facebook page, Then you produce them from one place, they get posted to two, they get offered to non-followers. And right now, Facebook is picking up a lot of the Instagram reels and introducing them to more people. They don't know who you are on Instagram.
Right.
Give them a chance to follow you, right? Add a bit of text. Even if you don't want to create a slide, you at least put a little text with your little logo or website to make it nice and short. At least if people want to find you, they'll be able to find you, because if you don't give them that opportunity, then they'll just move on to the next.
You could have said your name at the beginning of the video, and you know us, we're human, goes in and out. So,
yeah,
absolutely. I mean, this is going to sound crazy, but I was on Instagram. I had a page there for over a year, and I actually looked at it in November, December, and I said, wow, I have 0 posts. I don't have any content on there except go to LinkedIn. So I changed all that, updated everything, and I started posting in there like once a day, 6 days a week, consistently. And my subscription just keeps on going up. I'm doing no promotion. I'm not following people. They're following me. And I'm getting lots of comments, not, hey, post it somewhere else. It's the real comments and real engagement. But I notice they're connecting with me on LinkedIn, because I have it in my profile. Like, if you want to really connect with me on LinkedIn. So
so people are clicking to the bio and they're reading it and they're checking it out. So that's how important it is to have all of your social media aligned and have your real business image. And when I say image, I don't make a fake image. I mean the real representation of who you are as a business person and the services you offer, to put it there in the forefront and give people a call to action. Because again, that's another thing people miss. If you don't give them a call to action, and it could be as simple as download a free gift, guys, you don't have to go crazy. I'm going to give you another tip here. The least converting call to action is book a call with me.
Oh,
do you know why?
Hands down.
Do you know why?
You are absolutely correct, because everyone thinks it's a sales call.
Exactly.
That's what we all think.
Could be wasting their time. There is a way to set it up. You can say, it's a strategic call, or, whatever else. Maybe you can promise some valuable outcome. If that's the only one you have, if you're just starting out, if you don't have a freebie, you can do it that way. But yeah, it's best if you do something bite-sized, like, a cheat sheet or a PDF, something quick.
I work with a lot of small business owners. I tell them, they're like, I don't know what to do. I have nothing to give away. And it's like, bull hockey. Let's talk about what your business is. Let's pick out one of your bigger things that you solve a problem for. And let's just talk, and I'll record it right now. We'll transcribe it. Next thing you know, we have a 5-page guide on that subject. And it's like, you're right, you have nothing. Did you see how easy that was? We're not trying to sit and try to create and do all this. You already have it in you, people. Everyone does.
In fact, there's another one. It's probably not the best converting, and maybe not a lot of people will actually go in and do it, but it could be an episode you've done with someone. It could be your guest appearance. You can call it a workshop. You can call it a training. It could be a video you recorded. It could be a replay of you going live. That's simple. So I would probably put it in some sort of, at least a Google Doc with a bit of an intro, then put a video, and then again, give some next step. Okay. And that could be book a call. But, I would at least frame it, right? But you already have it. So just use what you already have. Could be an Instagram post where you put 5 tips for this, or lessons I learned from whatever, right? So there's no excuse not to have a lead magnet, right? Mm-hmm. Just link it to Google Forms, collect people emails. It's just so easy.
It really is. And people overcomplicate it. But once you tell them that anyone could do that right here today, and it's going to cost you $0. Zero. And your result will be sales. It'll be inquiries. It'll be followers, likes, subscribers, but it'll get your phone ringing, your clicks happening, everything else. So
yeah, you're growing your audience. You are growing your visibility. Even if that person doesn't buy from you and you're memorable enough, you stand out enough and you're clear enough about what you offer, a month from now, they can come across somebody who needs that service. They will refer you. Right. And they've already downloaded that lead magnet. So they're going to be like, hold on, I don't remember where I saw that guy, but his download is in my download drive. So I'm gonna go dig it out and I'm gonna find a way to get a hold of him. Make sure you put a way to get a hold of you in your lead magnet.
Always. Same thing in your guide, whatever you have, your last page, hello, hello. And on the bottom of every single page of your guide, worksheet, whatever it is, all your contact information. Not all, but
Steve, we're talking about it. It's like a piece of cake, right? It's like so elementary to us. It's like, of course, right? But honestly, like if I were to be completely honest with you, I've probably spent thousands of dollars and months of my time to get to the point of me going, oh, duh, okay? Because every little element of what we just discussed was given to me in something else that wasn't as relevant. It was full of fluff. It was full of, somebody telling me that they're so good, and then they will give you my little tip, listening to podcasts that I had to scroll through to find a gem of wisdom, like I'm a no nonsense kind of person. I see you are too. Like we like giving people value, right? Like information here, this is what works, right? I'm not going to go, guys, I'm going to do a free workshop and I'm going to talk about me for an hour and I'm going to give you one tip. I hate those things. I hate those things. Waste of time.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, the point here is, guys, before you hire a coach, before you enroll in any program, follow some of their free content. If they're not giving you loads of value in their free content, you're probably going to pay $10,000 and get $100 value from it. Okay. They're probably going to say it's done for you. And they're going to give you a course where you're going to have to spend hours reading. And then you're going to be like, well, how do I execute? They're going to give you no support. Right. So elements of a good coaching program or a good coaching relationship, first of all, you got to jive with the person. And make sure they're no nonsense kind of person. If you are, because some people are, maybe they need a bit more of like a gentle handling. Maybe they like more small talk, whatever. I'm like, no, wow, of course I like to get to know the person, but I mean, let's just get to business, right? And how much support do they give you? Are they available offline between your, masterminds or whatever you signed up for, right? So test drive it, get recommendations. Don't believe every testimonial either. There's so many fake reviews out there. Oh my goodness.
It's funny.
What's the guarantee?
Yeah. I mean, I even have a book, Why You Need a Business Coach, but I give that book away, but it has 15 questions to ask a business coach before you hire them. It might not be me. Just ask those questions and find the right coach for yourself.
I'd love to get a copy of that, Steve.
I want you to be happy and get your results out of your business and find the right person. Because I've had a lot of coaches, and I gotta admit, when I don't follow my own advice, I find the worst coach I think that's out there. And then I always find someone even worse. But
Yeah. So I think you guys got to remember this, okay? Because we've personally, between the two of us, probably invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in years of education, right? And again, the whole purpose of getting a coach, working with a mentor, with a group, with the community, is that you're not alone. It's execution, because information is out there. In fact, you're going to get overwhelmed with the amount of information. It's information overload, right? It's filtering through the garbage of information and finding these golden gems that will help you get more focused is what you need. So you need to find a person, accountability partner, a community, a mastermind that will help you execute. So if you keep that in the forefront of your mind, it will save you a lot of time and money.
That's it. I mean, I run a mastermind group. I also run an accountability group. And you think, well, I'm the facilitator. Well, yeah, but you know what? I'm still one of the members. So it helps me as well. And I learn something new all the time. We're almost out of time. And most of my guests give away something to help people in their business or in their lives. What kind of gift do you have to offer?
Yeah, so everything I talked about, I really summarized it in the visibility cheat sheet. So all of these little tips, you guys will find it on prjulz.com. It's 10 or 11 steps and points that summarize this. You can remember them. And what I suggest for people is to remember those things before you go out and put yourself in front of another audience. You have all the bases covered. Because you don't want to invite people to your profile if your profile is not, you're not a a star shining as bright as you can on your profile, because that's what you want to, let people know about you, right? And in that guide, I included a video that explains every one of these points. If you've watched this show, you probably don't need to watch that video, but it's always there for you if you decide to share it with anybody. Again, it's free. You can share it with anybody you want. And if you have any questions, I provided you a way to get a hold of me. I have a free community. You can find me there. You can ask me any questions on my social media. I invite you to follow me on social media. I produce a lot of free content. These kinds of tips pretty much every day.
And we will have all the links, URLs, contact information in the show notes. So please, please take advantage of Julz's offer. I mean, it's here to help you in your business and in your life, I promise.
Absolutely. That's why we exist, right? We want to make people's lives easier.
Yes. After owning and operating 7 businesses, I think I learned the good, the bad, the ugly. And I don't want other people to go through the good, the bad and the ugly stuff. I want them to go through the good.
Yeah. And sometimes I need to kind of get burnt here and there to kind of know what works for them, what doesn't. We all do that. There's going to be an element of that with everything we do. But then that's where the mindset piece comes in.
Yeah.
Right. Pick yourself back up. Don't let yourself give up when you hit the first roadblock. Absolutely.
Well, Julz, we had a great time. I want to say thank you for being our guest and sharing your expertise.
My pleasure. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments. Let's connect, and I'd be more than happy to support you in your journey.
Great. And if you like Julz and other great experts on this show, please make sure you give us a positive review. I'm sure Julz would like to see some positive reviews as well. Subscribe to the channel and like this episode. I'm Biz Coach Steve Feld, wishing you and your business much success.
We hope you liked today's guest on $1 Billion Marketing Secrets Over Coffee. If you'd like to see how much hidden revenue we can uncover for you, well, click on the link in the show notes to speak with Steve. Mention the podcast when you book the meeting. You will receive a special gift. Make sure to like this episode and subscribe to this podcast to hear other great proven business leaders share their strategies to help you grow your business.